Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lamide and today's video is going to be a chilled one, and I just kind of want to have a chit chat with you guys about why I quit my dream banking job in London and moved to Dubai. So let me just give you guys an introduction to myself for those of you who may be new here. So I graduated from the London School of Economics in 2020 and I went straight into what was my dream job, working in a particular investment bank in Canary Wharf. I wanted to work there since I was 16, 17, maybe 17, 18, 16, 17, 18, A-level, from my A-level times. I've wanted to work at that bank, so it was getting my dream job. I started in 2020 after I graduated, but I did an internship the year before, and then that's how I got my offer for my grad job. So that was my dream job and everything, and then obviously I quit at the end of last year after completing my grad scheme, and I moved out here to Dubai. And in Dubai I have joined another American bulge bracket investment bank. So I quit my job, yes, but I quit to join a competitor basically. But then I also moved to Dubai, and when I shared with you guys that I moved and blah blah blah, a lot of you guys had a lot of questions, and so the thing I really wanted to talk through today is actually more so the mindset of deciding that you want to uproot from where you basically grew up and move to another country. Because I think everyone keeps saying oh my god, everyone's moving to Dubai. Who is this everyone? I don't know. Can you introduce me so that I can make friends? Because I don't see this everyone who's moving to Dubai. But anyways, yeah, so a lot of you are also looking at me, because I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys through my kind of thinking process. Where I really wanted to start is to acknowledge the fact that I didn't move because I wasn't happy or because I wasn't content. And I think the reason why I want to mention that is because a lot of the time when people do make these sort of moves, it usually stems from some sort of unhappiness or discontentment with where they were in life. And you don't need to be in a place of discontentment to decide that you want to move on and do something different. I'd even argue that sometimes when you try to move on and you're in that kind of place, it's even more risky, because sometimes your desperation to get out of where you currently are can lead you to go somewhere that maybe isn't actually better for you, but it's just different. And because you just really don't want to be where you are, you make a decision to go somewhere, but that may not necessarily be the best decision, because it's a rush decision, because you're just so frustrated with where you are. So I didn't leave out of discontentment. So I absolutely love London. I always say that. I've been loving London. I just think it's such a good place to grow up, especially as a black person. In general, it's just so diverse in terms of people, culture, food, places. It's really good for education and stuff like that. So I'm so happy that I schooled in the UK as well. And the UK, London is the top the number one city in the world for having the most top universities in one city. So it's great for education. And if you want to work in finance, it's also great, right? We have Canary Wharf, we also have the City of London. It is literally a finance hub. So it was great for me, and it still is a good place. If I was to go back, I'm not going to be upset. I don't hate London or dislike London. And same with work as well. Last year was a really good year, so much better than the starting, because I started during COVID, and boy oh boy oh boy, the hours, everything. Last year I really had a good work-life balance. I had really good managers. I had really liked my team. I was up for promotion, so I didn't leave because of discontentment at all. And the difference between contentment and complacency, you can have one and not the other. You can have both. The reason why I say that is because obviously on this channel, I make all this stuff about being ambitious and going after your goals and stuff like that. And one time someone actually commented on one of my videos, and they were do you think that going for these bigger goals and stuff like that is going to make you happier? And that kind of thinking is mistaking contentment with complacency. So contentment, think of it as happiness, right? You can be happy. I am happy right now. I was happy before I came to Dubai, and I'm happy now, right? And me coming here didn't make me happier. I was already happy. The reason why I left is not because I wasn't happy, but because I was being complacent. So you can be content but not be complacent. Like going after bigger and bigger and bigger goals doesn't mean that you're unhappy. It doesn't have to mean you're unhappy. There are people who postpone their happiness based off of like what they are achieving, and I used to be one of those people as well, but I have gone past that now, and I know that just like I don't have to wait till I hit certain things or do certain things to be happy, right? But then I was being complacent, and where complacency comes in is like when you know you can go for more but you don't go for more because of, I don't know, you're waiting for permission, or you're waiting for the right time, or you're just super comfortable with where you're at and you don't go for more. And I didn't want to be complacent, and I felt like where I was in life I was very complacent, which is why when the offer came I decided to like jump ship. So I'll kind of talk to you guys through like the pros and cons in a bit. I'm gonna check on my food, okay, 1 second. So the way it kind of worked is I wasn't going searching for a job in Dubai or jobs in Dubai. Like I wasn't itching to get out of where I was because I was content, right? I was content. But when the offer did, like this was the only thing that I interviewed for, like the job that I have now was the only thing that I interviewed for, and I didn't even interview to get the offer. I interviewed just to kind of see what was out there in Dubai, because I was listening to a podcast and they were like, oh, people are earning like, you know, 1.5 times, 2 times their salary, like no tax, all of this stuff. So I was like, really? And so like I just decided to just kind of like see it. Okay, cool, let me see if this is actually true. Oh, and really quickly before we get on with the rest of this video, at the end of last year I was telling you guys that I'm gonna do a money webinar. So 2023 we're gonna get our money together, etc., and I stand by that. But obviously December, January, even November was all a transition period for me, getting ready for my move, getting ready for my holiday. So we've had to postpone, but we have a new date. February the 25th is going to be the Own Your Money webinar. So the first half of the webinar I really want to talk about like how to just own your money, like literally like your budgeting, your saving, stocks and shares, ISAs, pensions, all of that stuff. And then on the second half of the webinar I really want to focus on like building, how to be in the beginning journeys of like building your wealth. Obviously I'm not an ultra high net worth person, but I have taken my net worth from negative when I graduated to 6 figures, and it's been like 2.5 years since I graduated. So and I also, you guys know this, I read a lot of stuff on wealth. I listen to a lot of wealthy people and I put as much as I can into practice. And yeah, I'm not claiming to be super wealthy, but I'm definitely on my journey to building wealth, and I will happily share that with anyone else who is also interested. So I'll leave the link down in the description box if you want to attend the Own Your Money webinar. So when the offer came, and literally guys, it was so crazy because I interviewed and I had the offer the following week. I was expecting weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks of interview, and I knew that I'd be like qualified for the job and stuff, and like I know my ish, but like I just didn't expect the offer to come so quickly. And then so and because I wasn't even interviewing for the offer anyways, when it came I was just kind of like, am I actually gonna take this? Like what? Like it was so like it kind of rocked me, and it was higher salary, it was no tax, so obviously it's like this is kind of like a no-brainer kind of thing, but then it's kind of like when you are content, sometimes you don't want to leave that situation because you're like, if I have it good now, why should I go for something else and like risk ruining that, right? Because I'm like, oh, but what if I don't get a manager that I like again, or what if I don't get a team that I like again, or what if I don't find good work-life balance and blah blah blah. But when I like did my list of pros and cons, it was like everything that was a con was basically me just like being complacent, not wanting to take a risk, not wanting to put myself in an uncomfortable situation again. And I was comfortable, I was living at home, you know, like I just knew that, girl, you just need to push yourself, like you need to do something different. And I was always someone who was like you guys saw when my move to Dubai video, moving and living in another country was on my to-do list, like, but it just kept getting pushed out and pushed out and pushed out, as you do, right? When you set like a big goal, sometimes because it's so kind of scary, you're always like, oh, I'm not prepared yet, I'll push it another year. Oh, I'm not prepared yet, I'll push it another year. But then when I had this offer here, I was like, why are you there's no need for you to push it. Go, like, literally you have to go. If you're not going, it's because you just want to remain comfortable. And I was like, I can't do that. So, or I can do that, but I just don't want to be the person that does that. I don't want to be the person who just always chooses the most comfortable thing for them. So yeah, that's kind of basically why I quit and I left, and I moved over here. And so far so good, thank God, because really nice team, really nice manager, good work. Like, Dubai is like stable weather, it's really no tax. Like, I know people are like, is it really no tax? It really is. Good salary. It's expensive though out here, but like, yeah, it was a good decision. And I think as well, like, because I was content before I left, I was able to negotiate a lot more and negotiate comfortably. I could negotiate and like not care if they rescinded the offer. Like, there were like conversations that I had where it was just like I was pushing back on stuff or like requesting certain things, and they'll be like, you know, if you can't XYZ, then we don't know if we'll like be able to like give you the offer, blah blah blah. And I'll be like, you can actually take the offer, like, I need this or I want this. And that's kind of like the position that you're able to be in when you are content and deciding to move and to not be complacent. Kind of going back to my like the point I was first making, right? Sometimes when you leave out of desperation, you don't do those things. You don't negotiate as best as you can because you're so just ready to get out of the situation that you're in, and it can put you in a compromising position. Whereas when you leave from a place where you're content, you can negotiate a lot more, you can get things that, you know, so that when you actually do move, you're more comfortable. I think the point I'm trying to get on with this, sometimes people feel like moving will solve all of their problems, but if the problem is inside of you, going to another place is not necessarily going to solve that problem, right? It might be different, and so you might like the different for a while, but if you are the issue, no matter where you go, your problems are gonna follow you. Why is this getting deep? I don't know, I just feel like I should just put that out there for everyone who is looking to like move. Like, you know, you can find your happiness where you are and then move and still be happy, but don't think that going to a new country or going to another job is necessarily gonna solve everything if the issue isn't even external. Do you get what I mean? My food, I don't want my food to burn. Oh, are you guys getting my Tokyo drift? I'm so mellowed out. Anyways, okay, so yeah, I think that's kind of basically the crux of what I wanted to say. If you guys want me to make any videos whilst I'm out here in Dubai, comment them down below, because I'm so down. I really want to create content whilst I'm out here, and I think I'm doing good with finding a balance between creating consistent content but also like living my life. Yeah, like living my life, and that's like mixing up content videos with vlog videos, because taking around a camera all the time is just if you guys have any like content ideas or places you want me to go and to see, please let me know, because I am so down to making that. I want to document this Dubai chapter as much as possible, because I don't think I'll be here forever, but whilst I am here, I know I'm gonna want to like look back on this, like, yes girl, I'm gonna want to look back on this a lot. I just know that. So yes, okay, I think that is all I wanted to say. The link for the webinar will be in the description box, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.